Hello, CEO coaches. I am super excited to talk to you about content marketing. And so today I will be sharing with you the best content marketing strategies for coaches just like you. So stay tuned. All right, CEO coaches. Like I said, we're going to be talking about the best content marketing strategies just for you. And if this is your first time seeing my face in your feed, hello, how you doing? I am 𝐒𝐡𝐨𝐻. I am a marketing coach for coaches, and I help coaches just like you market your coaching business the simplest way possible. And like I said, guys, as you guys are coming in, please let me know. Give me a hi. What's up? How y'all doing? Because I love to give you some love out there. But I'm also checking to make sure that you guys are hearing me okay, that you can view me okay. Seems like it's not showing up on my Facebook right now. I shouldn't worry about that. Hello, Sharon. How you doing? Hello, Brooke. How you doing? Are we showing up, guys? Oh, maybe if I give it a chance to load. You guys can hear me okay, right? I'm going to go with it like that. Yeah, I'm just gonna go with it. I'm gonna let it go. I'm gonna let it do what it do. But like I said, today we are going to talk about content marketing, the best content marketing strategies out there for coaches. So let me ask you this: are you a coach struggling to attract and retain clients? Are you looking for a content strategy that will help you stand out in a crowded market? We all are, right? We want to get the biggest bang for the activities that we have right here on social media. Thank you, Brooke. All right, so you are in the right place. If you are struggling with trying to attract and retain clients, and if you are struggling with trying to stand out among a crowded market of other coaches that are doing similar things than you are, okay? So I'm going to show you the best content marketing strategy for coaches just like you. So I want you to listen up to me, right? Take some good notes, because this format is going to be a little bit different than when I normally set up. We're going to talk a little bit, I should in just a second. But just as a quick reminder, if you have not downloaded the 30-day more visibility challenge, go ahead and do that right now. Go to 𝐒𝐡𝐨𝐻.com/30 more and download this 30-day more visibility challenge. Y'all, it is jam-packed with activities to do for a solid 30 days, every day for 30 days. And if you really have problems with or just struggle with being consistent and you just need a guide or a plan to help you know what you need to do, then this is the 30-day marketing 30-day more visibility challenge that you want to implement. Okay, so this is a great way to kickstart your new program, to just show up or just give yourself a new reboot, right? Download this, go to 𝐒𝐡𝐨𝐻.com/30 more. All right. Okay. So like I said, our format is going to be a little different than I normally talk about. Hello, Arnetta. Today, I wanted to introduce like case studies, right? And in these case studies, I've put together fictitious, did I say that word right? Fictitious people who probably struggle with the same similar things as you, right? So in these case studies, we're going to do goals, we're going to do strategy, and we're going to talk about the results that these three people are doing. Thank you, Sharon, for letting me know that. Okay. So we're going to be talking about Barb. We're going to be talking to Pamela, and we're going to be talking to Stacey. Okay, so like I mentioned before, if you can, I want you to listen to some of the goals that each one of these people have, their strategy and results. And if you can take notes of some things that really resonate with you, go ahead and pull out that pen and paper. All right. Hello, Stephanie. All right, so let's get into Barb the blogger, right? Barb blogging. I just thought I was just being like cute, y'all, right? And coming up with these names. This is Barb blogging, and her goal is to increase confidence and clarity in her business and niche, right? Most of us are in that. We're trying to just build up the confidence to know that we're doing the right thing, and we want the clarity, right? So Barb specializes in helping people overcome anxiety and stress, and she wanted to start a blog to provide valuable information and resources to her audience. How many of us are right there, right? We want to provide valuable information and resources to our market so that we can stand out. And here's a good way to start to gain the confidence, because if you're putting out this type of content, you know what is going to resonate with your audience. And then it's going to make you feel more clear and bring you clarity that what you were doing is working. So Barb wanted to do blogging. So this is Barb Blogging, right? That's a lot. I can't believe I put that together. In my head, it sounded a lot easier for me to say. Then Ashley said it. All right. So let's take a look at some of the strategies that Barb took and put in place. Okay. So Barb decided that she was going to create a high quality informational blog post with actionable tips and strategies for managing anxiety and stress. So let's unpack that just for a minute, right? One of the things that she wanted to do was to start a blog. And I know a lot of us are not blogging. I know that. You ain't even got to tell me that, because you think blogging is dead, or you think that blogging takes up a lot of time. And to be really honest, it does. I mean, it's not something that you can just whip out really easy unless you're using chat GPT, but we'll talk about that another time. But anywho, but blogging is a great way to start bringing in SEO traffic. Y'all remember Google, right? Google is a search engine, and Google is always sending its bots out there looking for new things. And so you want your website to have a blog feature to it so that you can be updating it with new information. Because every time you upload a new blog post, Google sees it as a new site, new content, let me check this out, because new stuff is going on this website. When you do not post new content, then Google feels like this is old, it's dead. No one is mending this website. So y'all see what I'm saying? So Barb decided that she was going to start creating blog posts. She's going to have actionable tips that people can actually take action on about managing their anxiety and stress. She also included personal anecdotes and success stories to make the content relatable and encouraging, right? Engaging. Sorry about that. Adding your own stories or stories of other people, or maybe using fictitious people as story based, that really helps people put themselves in that situation, y'all. That's why television shows are really, really popular, and why we are just so invested in certain characters on a television show is because their storyline, some form of fashion, relates to us, and we see ourselves in that character. So the more that you can incorporate stories or telling your stories while you're blogging is phenomenal. And again, it doesn't have to be like a long essay. It could be a couple of little 2 or 3 lines to say, I was in the same situation. When I first started my business, I was struggling. I didn't know, I didn't have the tools, I didn't have the money, but I started to implement, I started to take action. That's a short little story that I share with you that could be incorporated into a blog post. Okay. Brooke says, definitely needed this for a reboot. All right, girl. That's because you downloaded that 30 more visibility challenge, right? 30-day challenge. Okay. So let's keep going. Let me not talk so much and let's keep going. Okay. All right. So I want to still show my face. Did I do that right? Oh, let me cancel, because I'm about to do something crazy here. Hold on. All right, let's do this again. Okay. All right, so let's keep going. Let's get the results. So Barb's results are her blog became the go-to resource because she started adding links. So she was linking out to other resources. She was linking out to YouTube videos of her own. She was linking out to books that she was reading. She was linking out to courses or mini courses or templates that she has inside of her e-commerce store. So her blog became the go-to resource for her ideal clients, people who were trying to overcome anxiety and stress. So she was linking out to maybe meditation YouTube videos, right? It'd been great if Barb was creating these meditation videos herself, but if not, she was linking out to it because she was providing them with other resources, actionable tips that helped them overcome the anxiety and stress. Y'all see? And then she started getting many readers, eventually became clients. When people know that you know what you know, then they start to dig a little further in your website. They start to say, well, how can I work with Barb the blogging, right? Barb Blogging. Again, that sounded like that was going to be easy to come out. But it's not. She also saw an increase in her website traffic to about 25%. Again, Google likes new content on a website. So they were sending bots out there because her site was fresh. It was new content dropping every week. And 25% increase in her website traffic. Her email subscribers increased from only having 10 to 15 new sign up every single week. Now, imagine if you had new people signing up for your freebie and you were building your list. You remember, I talk about the money is in the list. And the more that you can start building your list, just in case something goes wrong, your website goes down. Like my website has been hacked twice, and I've had to start over twice with a website. But luckily, I still have my email list. Okay, what if social media goes down? You have your email list. And here's the other thing that most people don't talk about. We always talk about, well, what if all these places disappear? Well, most people will buy from your emails than they will from your social media. Once you start creating building a community and a relationship with the people on your email list, then they're going to start looking forward to your emails, and then they're going to click on the emails, and then they're going to buy from them, right? Most of the time, people who come and join me on my lives are because of my emails that I sent out at 11:45 a.m. to remind them that I'm going live today and what the topic is, okay? So start implementing email marketing into your marketing strategy, okay? Arnetta says, I needed this. I do have a blog on my website, but I don't use it. All right, Arnetta. All right. Miss Barb just showed us that it can be done. Okay. All right. So that's Barb Blogging. Let's go on to Pamela Podcast. Okay. So Pamela Podcast's goal is to improve her marketing and sales skills to attract more higher end clients. She wants to improve. And so podcasting is the way to go. So Pamela Podcast helps people improve their romantic relationships. And she wanted to reach a wider audience and decided to start a podcast. Now, podcasting is where you're going to find a different type of audience, right? You're going to find someone who is listening to podcasts when they're working out, while they're driving, they're consuming content, right? So this is going to be 9 times out of 10 where your higher end clients are going to hang out, because podcasting is targeted to a different type of person, right? A little bit more educated than we have an associate or a college degree or even higher, right? This is statistics, so don't look at me cross-eyed and say, I don't have all those A-leads and I listen. But that's statistically, that's the type of people who listen to podcasts. And so if you are trying to reach a higher end market, then you might want to think about podcasting, okay? Brooke says, I listen to podcasts all day. Yes, right. Brooke says, I think I'm Pamela. Yes, Brooke. All right, so let's get back to Pamela Podcasting, okay? Oh, let's get this so I can see it. All right, so let's see what strategy that Pamela put in place. So Pamela created a podcast called Love Matters that focused on providing practical advice and real life stories about relationships. Practical advice is going to be advice that Pamela has gone through. And then maybe there are situations that Pamela has not gone through where she brings in other people to share their relationship stories. How powerful is that? Because maybe her audience who is listening to her on the podcast might not resonate per se with her story, but they might resonate with someone else who joins her podcast or that she interviews, okay? So she invites experts and other coaches as guests to provide a different perspective, like I just said. So Pamela Podcast started a podcast called Love Matters. That's a great podcast name, isn't it? Right? And it's focused on practical advice and real life stories. So here are the results that Pamela got. Pamela was able to gain a following quickly downloading 60 downloads per day. 60. That is 60 people who are listening to this podcast. Now, that number might seem small, but when you're first starting out, that's a huge number. 60 downloads per day. And can you say 60 times 30 days? Let's not even do 30 days. Let's say 60 times 15 days of people downloading her podcast. That's a lot of people that you are in their ear listening to. That is a very intimate type of conversation that you're having with someone who is listening to your podcast. Okay. So she also received invitation to speak at events. Podcasting is a form of speaking. And if they can understand you, you have great diction, and that you're providing great information, you will get invited to speak at other events, paid gigs to talk about relationships. So the more that you bring other people on to share their perspective, the quicker your podcast can reach a broader audience. Because guess what? People who get interviewed, they're going to share with their audience, whereas now you're going to get in front of their audience. Y'all like that? I like that, right? She also expanded her reach and made connections with other professionals in her field. So when I started interviewing people on my YouTube channel, as well as in my podcast, when I did do podcasting, is that I am still friends with the people that I interviewed. Like, I saw two of my people that I've only met online, right? Never met them in person. We were in a conference in Atlanta about 2 years ago, and it was like we were like best friends. We took pictures together. We ate lunch together, like we were best friends. And that just came from an interview that we did with each other. So the connections are so wide, so wide. Okay. So be like Pamela Podcast and start a podcast if you think that's where you are, right? Brookton says she listens to podcasts all day. That's me too, especially when I worked out. I went to the gym earlier this morning and I forgot my headphones. And guess what? Your girl had to watch the TV. I was miserable because I am so used to listening to podcasts when I work out. Okay. So that is Pamela Podcast. And so who's ready for case study number 3? Because I got 3 case studies. We're going to go on to Stacey. Stacey is going to be our next person. Sharon says she loves podcasts. Awesome. Love it. Love it. I feel like I'm just going through these really fast. But Stacey is going to be our next person. We've covered Barb Blogging. And now we are talking about Pamela Podcast. And next is going to be Stacey Social. Anetta says, I have a podcast. Let me know if anyone would like to be a guest. Awesome. Arnetta, what's your podcast about? Put that in the description. Put it in the description. Tell us what your podcast is about so that they can reach out to you. That's great. Love it. Love it, Arnetta. All right, so let's get to Stacey Social. Brooke says, loving these nuggets. These people associated with the task is brilliant. But thank you. All right, so Stacey Social. Stacey Social's goal is to build and leverage her online presence and her personal brand. Stacey helps entrepreneurs grow their business. Now, how many of us fall in that category? That's mostly all of us, right? But she wants to use social media to promote her coaching services and reach a wider audience. What an absolutely phenomenal goal to have. And social media can make that happen. So here's the strategy. Stacey was creating an engaging and informative social media posts that provide valuable insights and tips for growing a business. She shared her own experiences and successes, and she used social media to connect with other entrepreneurs and experts. Look, if you have not already downloaded that 30-day more visibility challenge, it's going to help you stand out on social media. It's going to help you do the goals and strategy that Stacey Social is doing herself. So if you haven't, I keep pushing it. I want y'all to download it because it's really helpful. Because a lot of times when we get online, we get brain fart. We just posting something, we posting stuff, and we don't have a strategic plan. That 30-day more challenge, visibility challenge, It's going to give you a strategy that you know what you're going to do every single day. Now, the first week of the 30-day challenge is more about setting things up so that you are ready for the other, 26 days. Okay. So download if you have not already. So let's talk about Stacey's Social's results. Her results have been she has increased engagement and a large following on multiple platforms. She went from 30 people on one platform to 1,023 subscribers in 30 days. Now, just myself, I have implemented these same exact strategies that Stacey Social is implemented on TikTok. I have went from 300 followers to almost close to 700 followers in the last, I want to say 10 days, because I've implemented these same exact strategies. So she's also increased her email open rate. She has a 42% open rate. Y'all, that is unheard of. The industry standard is about 12% for an open rate. Okay. We're talking about 42% in an open rate. That's amazing. Amazing. And then she's also positioned herself as a thought leader, which opens up speaking opportunities. This is how you start to transition from just being someone on social who's just talking to someone who is seen as the go-to person. And that's my goal with you guys. Anytime that y'all show up on my platform, I want you to be the go-to person in your industry. I want people, when they think about being reinvented, I want them to think about Arnetta. When they're thinking about relationships, I want them to think about Deb. When they're talking about PLR or passive income, I want them to be talking about and thinking about Sharon. You see? So social is how you're going to become the thought leader and seen as the expert. And that 30-day more visibility challenge is how it's going to help you strategically help you do that. And as well as building your email list. And so if you look at all three of these people, you had Stacey, you had Pamela, and you had Barb. They all use some type of email marketing. Their email started to increase. So y'all know where I'm going here with that, right? I want us to start looking at email marketing as one of our second ways that we are going to build our business. Social media is my first. Well, is it my first? Really, providing anchor content is the first. Social media is the second. And the third is going to be email marketing, okay? And so Arnetta says her podcast is called Reinvented. It's all about women reinventing themselves, going after their goals and dreams, and becoming the version of God, the woman God created you to be. Love it. Love it. What a pitch, Arnetta. That was great. All right. So y'all, Arnetta is looking for speakers and people to be interviewed on her show. Definitely reach out to Arnetta for that, so that you guys can spread the message and get in front of your ideal audience and practice talking about the things that you love. There's nothing wrong with that, okay? So let's finish up here. So now you'll be able to create a content marketing plan strategy that will help you stand out in a crowded market, and attract the right clients for your business. The key is to understand that your target audience, create valuable content and relevant content, promote it efficiently, effectively, and measure your success. That is the key to standing out and standing out in a crowded market, is that you want to understand who your target market is. You want to create valuable and relevant content, and you want to promote it. A lot of times we create this content and we don't promote it. Right? We create a podcast, but we don't share it on social media and say, hey, I just dropped a new episode. We don't share it in our email and say, hey, check this out and read it, right? Listen to it or read it if it's a blog post. Most of the times we just write it and then go away. We just run away and go do something else. Or we record it, upload it, and we run away. We don't spend the time promoting it. And if you do spend time promoting, you don't promote it throughout the whole week. Sometimes we think one time is enough. Y'all know we get distracted. There's so much stuff out here. You think I saw your stuff? No, I ain't see your stuff, girl. Because you know what? I was looking at some TikTok video. I ain't see your stuff. So you're going to have to send it to me again. You're going to have to post it again in my feed. You might have to post it different. I don't know. Because I'm your girl who gets a little distracted. But here's what I'm saying to you guys. Don't be ashamed to share the content, because the reason you are doing what you are doing, and this is here's what my assumption is. You are doing what you are doing because you want to spread the word. Your goal is to serve more people and help them get the results. The same results that you've gotten, or just to live a better life, that you just want everyone to be, living their best life. If that's the case, then you have to share it with people. You have to let people know. It is not being boasting. It is not being greedy and asking for the sale or asking for the email. It is being of service to people. You are sharing your knowledge to help people get the results, to live a better life, to overcome their anxiety, to just be good people. I don't think there's anything wrong with that when you do that. I do this because I want to help you. I want you to reach whatever goals that you have for yourself, even if it's to have side money, even if it's to leave your full-time job, even if it's just to show up for yourself, to build up your confidence, to say that you can do this for you and your family. Whatever that might be for you, I show up that way. And I share with you when I've produced more content or when I've been interviewed. It is to serve. And serving, I do get paid. I'm not going to be like saying I'm not, because that's what I'm using, a gift that God gave me. And that's what I want you to do as well. I want you to serve, because when you serve, it is a form of selling. And when you do this, you will get compensated. There's nothing wrong with that, right? Okay. Brooke says, can you remind me of what anchor content is? Oh, awesome question. All right. So Brooke, anchor content is that one piece of main content, like a live, a blog post that is like, typically blog posts might be 300 words. Maybe your blog post is 500 words, right? And includes images and it includes step-by-step. So anchor content is your one piece of long form content. If you are blogging once a week and it's about 20 minutes long, that's your anchor content. Even if it's 15 minutes long, it could be your anchor content. But that's your one piece of content that you produce every single week, no matter what. And then you take that anchor content and you branch out from it, right? You take that one piece of content and you can take little clips. So like this live right here, this live that I do every Thursday is my anchor content. I then go later on tomorrow and I take clips of my anchor content and I share it on my social media, right? I use a service called repurpose.io that allows me to take clips of my video and allows me to reshare it on my Facebook, on my YouTube channel, okay? Then you can also take your anchor content and pull out quotes, because no matter what, we didn't say something smart and brilliant somewhere in our piece of content, right? And so you want to pull those out and they become quote cards. You get me? So that one piece of anchor content becomes massive other pieces of content. And when you create this anchor content, it really saves you time and that you're not overwhelmed. So inside of the Coaching Business Simplified, you know that I provide you with 4 articles, right? 4 pieces of content, 4 articles. And those articles can be used as blog post content. They can be used as podcast content. They can be used as video script content, right? And then once you do that, because those are anchor pieces of content, maybe I need to rename them to anchor content. Maybe that's why I should rename it, right? You can go back into that blog post, pull out a couple of little points, and now they become social media graphics. You can create social media graphics from that, okay? So I sort of gave you the long story, but that's anchor content, all right? So I hope that's helpful. All right, so let's wrap this up. So again, as a reminder, if you have not downloaded the 30-day More Visibility Challenge, go ahead and do that right now. Go to 𝐒𝐡𝐨michelle.com/30 more. I break down each day in the 30-day challenge, right? I give you the calendar so you can pin it up, but I also break down each and every day so you can get a clear explanation of what each and every day is all about. So download that, go to 𝐒𝐡𝐨𝑚ichelle.com/30 more. All right. And so next week, guess what? I was talking about email marketing. So next week, guess what the training is going to be about? Email marketing for coaches, how to build relationships and attract clients with email marketing. So if you're struggling with email, you don't really know how to use it, you definitely want to show up for me next week because I'm going to break it down. All right. All right, guys. You're welcome, Brooke. You're so welcome. All right, guys. Y'all have an awesome and blessed day. Thank you for joining me today. And I will see you next week. Same time, same place. Peace out.